Good morning, Rainmakers. It's Friday, and sitting here doing a call for you. Hopefully, looking at ways of improving productivity. And if I'm being honest with you today, I had a plan in mind. The plan changed. And as a result of that, my focus and awareness of my morning routine was altered. Hence, when I got down to sort of trying to do this podcast, I thought to myself, oh, I've not prepared myself in the same way, and I don't feel like doing it. And I was having a conversation in my head, thinking maybe I won't do it today. However, I thought to myself, no, you do have to do it because of the fact that you have to be consistent. You have to provide content to your respective audience. They're expecting a video, even though there's not many people viewing it, to be fair. However, it's my own belief and desire that I want to be successful at it. So at that moment in time, in those few seconds of decision making in my head, I said, okay, fine, I'm going to do it. And I'm actually going to write a post on the actual event of me trying to stop me. So, are you struggling with sort of consistency with your goals? Procrastination, doubt, distractions are all sort of part of achieving and truly being capable of getting your true desires and things that you want to do out. Um, so distraction. So I was meant to go to see a house today in Al Barari. However, due to the traffic and circumstances, I decided not to go. Plans changed. Cut a long story short, as I said, I decided that I was not willing to or wanted to do the podcast. However, what we need to understand is that we need to have and learn how to have and develop strong, actionable goals that really resonate with you. So, number one for me in this circumstance is that I'm starting a YouTube channel. I'm looking to be successful at it. Everybody I've spoken to and got advice from and stuff has said you need to be consistent, Priyan. You need to do what you're meant to do every day around the same time. And eventually, the algorithm that they all keep talking about will pick it up and put you out to the world. So, number one, that is a key factor for success. So, in my mind, if I want to be successful and I want to do and achieve what I want to achieve, which is to have a YouTube channel which helps people in their transformation of their life using real estate as a core basis for it, then I need to do the basics, which is get this video done. So strong, actionable goal there. Then the desire. Even if you have strong, actionable goals, ultimately, yes, I want a YouTube video. What do I want a YouTube video for? If it's money, okay, why do I need the money? Is it to live? Is it for fame? Why do I want the fame? You really have to ask yourself, for example, if you're going to get a Ferrari and you want to drive around in the Ferrari, what do you want that Ferrari for? Do you want that Ferrari to look good, feel good? Are you feeling good because society has told you to feel good about it? Or are you actually feeling good about driving this car? Now, ultimately, this car is a performance car. You're never, ever going to be able to drive it to its full optimum potential. However, society has said if you have this status and you have this car or you have this watch, you've made it. Have you made it though? Because you can just hire a Ferrari or Lamborghini, spend all your earnings on that particular item, and you haven't made it in life. You're not financially free. You're working really hard in order to pay for these bills. So ultimately, if you see somebody in a Ferrari, is it correct to presume that they've made it and that they are successful? And if they have done it to the pretense of self-satisfaction, why are they doing it? Are they looking for fulfillment? Are they looking for acceptance in society? Are they looking to feel as if they feel equal to people who have money and who are successful. So you got to action and criteria and have your goals, but have your goals resonating with your real inner desire to fuel you and to keep you on track. So, for example, the reason I want to do a YouTube video is because I feel I have a lot of knowledge, expertise from my life, the way I do things, the way I think about things. And I love teaching people and learning myself. So I would love to pass on the wisdom to my son, my wife, people around me. However, ultimately, they have to want to listen to that. And sometimes it gets a bit boring for them. Oh God, here he goes again with his little philosophies and stuff. And so therefore you have a very small captive audience. And ultimately what happens is that you sort of think, oh, I'm boring them. And they don't listen, or you're delivering it at the wrong time due to the fact that, my wife's more interested in getting ready for paddle. And there I am harping on about, the wonders of the world and consistency and, how sports is fantastic and all that kind of stuff. So, she's not really listening, and then I get disheartened. So I thought to myself, why don't I do a podcast where I can help people, where I can get feedback from people? Lots of people have said to me, you have great ideas, you're very motivational, we look up to you. And I sort of take it with a pinch of salt and say, yeah, okay, fine. Everybody's like that. I'm no different. However, I have realized that I am a little different. I do have a lot of sort of get up and go in me. I've been successful in stuff. So therefore, my inner desire is to pass that on to other people and give them the opportunity to listen if they want to listen. But if they don't want to listen, that's fine as well. So then I have to think to myself, how do I create systems in order to make sure that I am not misled, or I miss my slot for doing my podcast? That is really important and comes down to routine, which I discussed in one of the other videos, in terms of the fact that if you have routine and you wake up in the morning and you have a clear idea of what you do, from the moment you wake up, you put on your slippers, you drink your glass of water, you walk to your bathroom, you have brush your teeth, you have a shower, you get into your clothes, then you have a system in place where we woke up at 8 o'clock, you're now 8:30, you're all ready to go. As opposed to, you wake up, you look on your phone, you walk to the window, you admire the view, you then sort of hear your son speaking downstairs and you think, oh, it'd be nice to give him a hug. You walk downstairs, you're hugging your son. You think to yourself, oh, this is lovely, having a moment with your son. You then sort of think, oh, okay, I'll feed him some breakfast and read him a book, because now you've got caught up in that scenario of, being with your son. You don't see him very often during the week because you're working, he goes to school and you go to work. So therefore you get it caught up. Now suddenly you get back onto the thing and the time has lapsed, your timings have all gone. And as a result of that, your routine is out of whack. And now it comes back to the fact, are you going to do this particular podcast at this time, because you're now rushed? However, now we go to the other 2 points that I discussed, which was the goals and also your inner desires. So those have to then kick in at that time in your mind, and you think, hold on a minute, I want to do this YouTube video. I want to be successful in it. I've been successful in other stuff, and I'm trying to show people how to be successful. So if I can't do and preach and carry out the actions that I do and trying to preach to other people, then it's worthless. So those are the kinds of conversations I have in my head, and bam, there I am, here I am speaking to you now. So it's important to have the bounce back factor, as they say, for moments like that. And you have to have that conversation with yourself in your head in a positive manner. So therefore, boom, 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 boom. It's like a panel there, sitting there. Mr. Desire, Mr. Goals, Mr. You said you're going to do this. Mr. Oh, all the family and all your friends are going to ask you how your YouTube channel is going. And then there's just the Mr. Self-worth who's there also. So the panel are sitting in front of you and they're all now questioning you and firing it off. Boom, 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 boom. And you're like, all right, fine, good, good, I'm going for it. As opposed to having the second tier panel, like the B team, who are all waiting in the background to get in. They're not very good at their job. They're okay, but that's why they're part of the B team. So there they are sitting there and they're waiting for the A team to like say, oh, I'm not feeling very well today, or I'm not feeling great. And then they come to the forefront and they start saying stuff like, oh, you've been so good. You've done 4 podcasts in a row already. Oh, you know, you do need a little break sometimes. You know, this algorithm stuff is, you know, okay, but it's not going to penalize you just for missing one day. You are going to miss that meeting that you had with so-and-so. Ultimately, you've been really, really good at this and this and this. So don't give yourself a hard time. You might as well do that. And then it's like, you know, your parents and your friends and stuff, you know, even though they may say stuff to you, they're not doing it, are they? So, you know, they can't criticize you or say anything. And Mr. Self-worth, ultimately, you know, come on, you know, you're doing this. You don't have to do this. You're not going to earn any money from this. You're just trying to help people. So you're doing a good deed anyway. So just let's get back on the bandwagon. No, get that B team out. Boom. Send them to the back. Send them off. You know, get in the game. You've got to practice the game. You've got to be in the game. You can't just say, I'm going to play for 25 minutes and be a super sub, because super subs don't get anywhere, do they? Look at Aliola Galsharp, you know, lovely. He's got some recognition and stuff, but was he a great footballer? Could he have been a great footballer? We don't know. But ultimately, what it boils down to is that you need to be in the game consistently all the time. If you're in the game, you need to develop strong, actionable goals. Number one, you need to have inner desire, belief to keep you on track. Number two, you need your A team, boom, there to motivate you. You need your systems in place in order to make sure that your routines are good, your systems are good, and that you can follow them. If you get derailed, you go back up there, you get the A team out to give you a little pep talk, and then you bounce back. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're building a business, improving your health, chasing a dream. You know, this video sort of is trying to give you core strategies and inspire you to have insights and stuff. Now, for example, with regards to having a system in place, how does a system work? Every time I get a task that comes into me that needs to be done, I think to myself, I've got either 1 minute to do it, or I basically have to diarize it, or it goes into my to-do list. Therefore, that is a system where something comes in and I analyze it and do it, send it away, or do it. Same with an email, same with anything that comes. Everything that comes into my life, even from a family point of view, it's analyzed quickly and put into a compartment. Now, the breakdown of the system is, if you don't follow up your to-do list, if you don't follow your diary, if you don't, then there's no point doing all that. So I think a great book, 7 Habits, is where I learned that from. Then there's also another book which looks at quadrants, where you sort of have urgent, important, urgent, not urgent, important, not important, important, not important, urgent, important. You don't want to be in that quadrant all the time. Why? Because of the fact that you'll burn out. So it's important to have, those are day-to-day tasks, which is like firefighting. You don't want to be in there because your energy is depleted. You want to be in sort of important, not urgent, because of the fact that that's where you're creating your life and getting things done. So ultimately, what I'm saying to you is, read a book on how to be active and set goals, smart goals. Create a system for yourself in your head initially, in terms of plan your week, plan your weekend. It's really important to plan your weekend even, because your weekend is your time of rest. It's the time you get to do anything that you want to do. Even if it means sitting by the pool for 2 hours or 3 hours, schedule that in and enjoy it. Don't go there and sit by the pool and then play with your phone and then think about the work and stuff like that, because then you're actually procrastinating in a way that you're basically not enjoying that moment and that time. So I'm not saying you have to work 24/7, but what I'm saying is that enjoy every moment by having goals, structure, and systems in place. I hope that helped you guys. Anyway, let's chat soon. End of the stream.